All right, welcome back to Stranger Oddities. Man, I have got a huge box, big time score of all kinds of wacky, whacked out cult films. This came in. I got my hands on this for a stupid good price, and sorry, I'm not bragging, but this was a mega score on my part, and I just couldn't wait to show it to you. We're gonna go through this actually together. I briefly went through some of the films. I didn't get to actually check out in depth all of them because I was just kind of flying through a lot of them, putting them in this box. So we're going to just go ahead and reach in and grab a title and go for that. All right, the first one I've got out here, look at this one, Mark of the Devil. This is Blue Underground. Positively the most horrifying film ever made, they say. Have not seen this. It looks pretty graphic, honestly. It looks pretty sadistic. The first movie rated V for violence, totally uncut, uncensored. I'm not sure if this was directed by Michael Armstrong in 1970. Um, Crazy. Again, I have not seen most of these titles. Some of them I did recognize that I've seen or whatever. Either around in the I remember like Borders Books about 20 years ago. Borders Books used to have a lot of these titles. They were kind of expensive. So, all right, we're pulling out this one. This one's called Diamonds of Kilimanjaro. I'm not sure. A Jesse Frank Treasure of the White Goddess. This honestly looks like another one of those type of cannibal movies, Shriek Show, the Italian cannibal movies. I'm not the biggest fan of those because of the animal cruelty in them. So we'll see. Anthrophagus. Yeah. Some of these are not in the. I mean, some of the discs are okay. I got kind of lucky, but I know some of them are a little bit chewed up. Hopefully they play, but again, for the price I paid. Sorry, this sounds like a bragging video. I've seen this. This is actually one of those Italian horror, Joe D'Amato, one of those another zombie type flicks. From what I remember, it was pretty graphic, pretty gory. Maniac. I remember this one. I'd seen this DVD before, again, back in the Borders Books days. Let's actually see what kind of condition this disc is, just randomly. Again, they're kind of chewed or scratched. Hopefully they'll play. At least, this looks like it's in black and white. It is 1934. I did not know that. Not to be confused with the Tom Savini film. All right, this one's Seven Deaths in the Cat's Eye. Wow, gory, stylish, fun. Another Blue Underground. 1975. Most of these does seem to be from the 70s. Again, probably amazing film with a wicked sense of humor. Again, not seen that. I may have heard of that title before. Not sure. Jungle Horrors, double feature. Weird, unreal, thrills, chills, screams from the screen. This one's got, let's see, it's got a couple films here. Terror of the Blood Hunters, that's black and white, 1962. Jungle Goddess, 1959, that's in color. It says adults only. I don't know. I don't know. Some of them may be a little bit risque. Lizard in a Woman's Skin. Oh, this is a Lucio Fulci film. Yes, it is. I recall hearing that title. Did not see it. It says here this version of the lizard in woman's skin contains additional scenes and special features not previously available on American DVD. Hopefully these are region for us. Well, that's in good shape. I'm just kind of wanted to randomly go through. We've got a lot in here, by the way. I hope this doesn't just fall right off the table. All right. Nosferatu, I've seen that before. That's I believe that's the old original black and white. It is. Bigfoot Terror 4 blood freezing features. So there's 4 movies in here. Search for the Beast in '97, Legend of Bigfoot 1976, Shriek of the Mutilated '74, Capture of the Bigfoot '79. Never heard of any of that. Basket Case, definitely. I've seen this many times. Disc is a little. Well, it's actually fairly clean. Basket Case is a fun one. Basically, it's a guy running around with a basket case full of, or it's fully a creature of some sort. All right, She Demons. Yeah, okay, She Demons. Interesting. Okay, Night of the Demons, great film. I've talked about that before. That's a great one. If you haven't seen it, that's actually a really good one. Total 80s cheesy goodness. All right, 5 Bloody Graves plus Nurse Cherie. Wow, okay. Retro Shockorama 2 DVD collection. Fiendish and frightening slaughter of ghastly horror. I'm wondering if it must have either it's twin bill of 1970s cult classic. Must be something going on here. I've not seen or heard of this. Okay, looks like it's got a couple of discs here. They're in good shape. Nurse Cherie and 5 Bloody Graves. That's literally the titles of these. This one, man, this one's got some pretty nasty scratches on it. Damn, may not work. Nurse Cherie, the lost version. Maybe it can be salvaged. I don't know. All right, what's we got here? Devil Hunter. Jess Franco's Devil Hunter. Warning, contains never before released scenes of cannibal and something else carnage. We're not going to say that word on the channel. Experiment in Torture. That looks like a more modern movie. 2007. Not sure what that is. There, you know what? That kind of reminds me of a movie I watched. I don't know how many people. I'm going to sit this on the ground here, out of the way. It was called Murder Set Pieces. I've got the uncut version of that. Absolutely disgusting film. It's just I collect horror and I collect this stuff, but that one is pretty over the top a little bit. The stuff, again, that I won't really collect is the animal cruelty stuff. There was some other stuff within this collection I actually just I didn't even take it. I left it. It was a bunch of Mondo films and stuff. Again, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff is just like animal cruelty for no reason, really, just other than just trying to be gross. All right, Dungeon of Harrow. Never heard of that. Looks like there's like a zombie, or I don't know. He's been burned. He's got a big knife through him. 1962. It's in color. I know, you know, it's kind of interesting because you always think of Herschel Gordon Lewis doing a lot of that stuff. The Dunwich Horror. I've heard of this. This is a Midnight Movies MGM thing. Looks like it was a rental because I see that rental tag there. Let's actually open it up. Yeah, it definitely was a rental. They used to, I don't know how many people remember this, but when they were doing the DVD rentals, I remember all the way back with VHS rentals, but they used to put a locking tab through this so you couldn't open it. And the only way it was, you know, when you brought it up to rent it, they could unlock it for you. This is in fairly decent shape, a little bit scratched. Hopefully they'll play. Blood Freak. I definitely remember this title. I don't think I've seen the movie. Only the blood of it. Another one of those something weird videos. This is in okay condition. Definitely another one of those weird ones. Something weird video that ought to tell you everything. I remember seeing one. I used to have it. Dr. Gore. It was kind of a weird one. Hey, Virgin Among the Living Dead. Another film by Jess Franco. This guy was probably making a lot. I noticed a lot of these are by this guy. Again, 1971. Wow, this one's seen some better days. May not even work. Tales of Voodoo. Yeah, some of these we're not even going to be able to save the title. Okay. All right, we got a couple more here. Okay. Another Tales of Voodoo. Ghost Ninja. Primitives. Yeah, that very cartoony looking cover art. Again, you gotta love the cover art. Reminds me all the way back of when, VHS tapes. It was all about the cover. Love Me Deadly, uncut. That's interesting. Almost looks like some of the necromantic stuff. Don't watch that film. All right, children shouldn't play with dead things. I've seen this. I've seen this a long time ago. Restored, uncut, theatrical version. Wonder what the condition is like on this one. Ooh, good condition. Yeah, ooh, that's a good one for the collection. I've seen that. Oasis of Zombies. That looks strange. That looks like a 1983. So more of the 80s zombie munch going on. All right, we got a few. Phantasm 3. We've talked a lot about that. I just grabbed another copy of it just because, you know what. Beyond Dream's Door. That looks really bizarre. It looks like some kind of dog thing going on here. Joe Bob Briggs says one of the strangest movies I've ever seen. Pigs. I've seen this. This is weird. It has a very, if I recall right, it has a very annoying, like, pig squeal sound throughout the movie. It's a little bit scratched, but hopefully it'll work. Some of these are actually kind of expensive if you actually go through and look. Babes in Kongland, that's got a little bit of a risky cover to it. Night of the Seagulls. Never heard of the Blind Dead collection. Never heard of that. That looks weird. 76. She came on the bus. A Sin Syndicate. Sin Magazine. Another one of those, probably like a skin flick type deal. Okay, all right, we still got some more here. Okay, we got some of these box sets. Okay, this one here is Sweet Revenge box set. It's got I Spit on Your Grave and Don't Mess with My Sister. Definitely seen I Spit on Your Grave. It's got kind of a risky cover to it. Toxie's triple feature. What is this about here? The Demented Death Farm Massacre. Curse of the Cannibal Confederates. I never heard of any of these. Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Okay. This might be interesting. This is all, I think they're all in here. They are in here. They look to be in pretty decent condition. Those are in actually pretty good condition. So, let's see. Okay, let's go. Let's see. We got a few more here. Amazonia. This looks like, again, another type of cannibal film. I'm a little leery about watching those, like I said. Pumpkinhead 2. Okay, I remember seeing. This is a. I don't know if they re-released this or not. Ooh, and it's in great condition. That's awesome. Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. This was kind of a rare one. Don't know if it still is, but it used to be out of print. I'm not sure if they re-released it. This one, yeah, it's one of those type of reefer madness type movies. Okay. All right, we still got a few more here. You still watching? You still hanging out with me? Okay. Grizzly. Grizzly was cool. That's like, this is like a double disc too of it. I wonder if it's in good shape. I actually own a copy of Grizzly. This one's got 2 discs, special edition, 30th anniversary of it. This is a pretty cool one. If you haven't seen Grizzly, it's pretty cool. Okay. God's Bloody Acre. Look at this thing, boy. Wow. not sure what to quite make of that one. Look at that. What's this condition like? Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. That may not work. All right. Ooh, okay. We got a big box set here. We got 4 movies. This one's Something Weird. Beauties and Beasts box sets. Let's see. Let's make sure the covers are okay. Yeah, they look more comic book style. Actually, this is maybe some of these are not what's in there. This is She-Freak. She-Freak. Night of the Bloody Apes. I've heard that title. The Beast That Killed Women. Mighty Gorga. Okay. I think that was some of these were not in there. Interesting. 6 films, 4 discs packed with extras. Oh, maybe, yeah. But some of them have some other Feasts of Flesh, Monsters of Camp Sunshine. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Again, I picked up this for, it was just a kind of a cool, score on my part. Just trying to, I thought, well, you know what, it's a bunch of cult films, Blood-O-Rama, 4 gore-soaked movies. What's this there? Like, I probably won't even. I mean, it'll probably take me forever to watch these if you can even make it through some of them. Some of these I remember, like try to watch them, they're painful to get through because you got to remember for the time period that these were coming out. I mean, if anybody like remotely like looked like they got slashed open, a bunch of red paint flying everywhere, it was just like, oh my god, like why would we, so. This one's got Claw of Terror, Black Mamba, Massacre, Movie House Massacre, Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadum. Okay. This is cool. Two Evil Eyes. This is a George Romero and Dario Argento set. I actually don't own this. Hopefully it's in all right shape. This one's got some water or something in it, liquid. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, they're in pretty decent shape, good enough shape that where I think they will be all right. That's cool. The Defilers, Scum of the Earth. Definitely heard these titles a lot. Something Weird video again. Oof, it's in kind of rough shape, but not too bad. Maybe it'll play. Day of the Animals, Leslie Nielsen. I've heard of this. This might have been back when Leslie Nielsen was actually doing some serious movies. Not too bad. It might clean up a couple fingerprints. All right. Are we down to the last of it here? I think we are. Vault of Horror. Vincent Price. All the... okay, we got... Scream of the Wolf, Wolfman, Moon of the Wolf, Snow Beast, Silent Night, Bloody Night, Don't Look in the Basement, Jack the Ripper, Satanic Rites of Dracula, heard of that one, House on the Haunted Hill, that's a good one. Night of the Living Dead, obviously they always throw in Night of the Living Dead. Interesting, probably should have just passed on this one. I guess if you really like Wolfman, Wolf Night, Wolf, Scream, Wolf, I don't know. Okay. Oh, all right. We're down to the last bits here. Okay, last two. Here we are. Another Tales of Voodoo. Oh, wow. This one's got a really crazy cover to it. Yeah, it's totally comic book style. Let's see. Temple of Hell, Cannibal Curse. Again, looks like another one of those cannibal movies. The Beautiful, the Bloody, and the Bear. Interesting. Looks like a guy on the back with a knife covered in red paint. Okay, that was it. All right. Again, I got them for a really decent price. Normally, most of these, if I saw them in a record store or something like that for anything remotely over like $1, I'd probably pass. But I just figured, you know what, it'd be cool to grab them. Throw them in my collection, see what it's all about. Not a bad little haul about, whatever it they are, 20 of them or so. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed checking them out with me.